Hey guys, ThePerfectG here with a little segment of an issue that may happen when you're learning 4 to 1 for solo ohm. I thought it may be useful to show what happens if you do what I call a bad 4 to 1 during flame phase or the final phase and the best way to fix it. It's extremely safe and you won't lose any hits or your cycle as long as you do it correctly. Some raiders may do a particular 4 to 1 pattern for flame and final phases, but sometimes there's a different walking pattern that they do for crystal and acid phases. If you ever happen to not remember what phase you're on, it's best to always default to being ready to dodge flame walls. Now I was going to save this clip for the 4 to 1 guide, but the situation, as niche as it is, can be so devastating to maintaining your 4 to 1 cycle that I thought it deserved a piece on its own. It does assume that you know the basics of 4 to 1, so I won't be explaining in depth the difference between 4 to 1 and different styles of 3 to 1 in this video. So you'll see here, I'm doing a standard 4 to 1 pattern, but I'm walking towards Ohm's head between my second and third hits, instead of walking back one tile to dodge a flame wall. If Ohm chooses to do a flame wall, which is a unique auto attack, I won't have time to make it in the cycle. What you may notice people do is run all the way across the room and back to the thumb, but then they'll usually have to refix the cycle after figuring out what part of the cycle they're even on. It can be a big hassle and can cause some serious damage. But if you recall yourselves doing 4 to 1, if you're ever late, you'll tank a second auto because you didn't skip in time. So if you ever get a flame wall on the index tile, stay for one extra hit during your 4 to 1 cycle. This will cause Ohm to hit you with a second auto attack. However, unique auto attacks such as flame walls, burn with me, or acid trails for example have a soft cooldown timer. This means because Ohm just used a unique auto attack, he can't burn you or use acid trails for at least 2 more auto attacks. So it'll always be a normal range or mage auto attack. After you complete your attack and tank one, immediately skip to the middle just like you would have normally done and do a 3 to 1. Now you're doing a 3 to 1 here because you just tanked 2 auto attacks back to back, right? The flame wall and then the mage or the range hit. Now once the 3 to 1 is complete, you'll be back in the 4 to 1 cycle. But the reason that I do a 3 to 1 this way is because it's flame phase. If I do a 3 to 1 the original old way, I'll be chancing another flame wall the same way as before. Now keep this in mind when you're learning. You may be doing the old 3 to 1 method out of habit, but if you get the flame wall here, just repeat the steps. Do an extra hit and tank one extra hit, which would be 4 to 2, and then do another 3 to 1 to fix it. So just to summarize, when you're in the 4 to 1 cycle originally, or if you do the old 3 to 1 method that you may be used to, you'll end up standing here when you tank Ohm's one auto attack. If there's ever a flame wall here, you can stay for one extra auto. So if you're in the 4 to 1, you're going to do a 5th hit and tank a second auto, which is a 5 to 2. And if you're doing the old 3 to 1, you'll stay for a 4th hit and tank a second auto, which is a 4 to 2. And in both situations, you'll simply do a 3 to 1 to fix it. I hope this video guide helps anyone out there trying to learn solo raids. Make sure you guys please like and subscribe so you can be notified when this 4 to 1 guide drops, or you can join my Discord or my Twitch if you have any questions regarding solo ohm. I'm more than happy to help. Thanks for watching the Perfect G content.